Whenever I play a new gacha game, I always go into it with the expectation that it's going to be relatively similar to everything else that I've played. There are rare instances where I'm genuinely surprised by certain aspects of a game. Path to Nowhere, Nikke, and Neural Cloud immediately come to mind, but I've never played a game like Memento Mori before. The stunning aesthetic, the unique progression, the depth present in terms of character, personality, and story.
I won't let you church swine steal him away from us!
Hey, my name is Stix and welcome back to another episode of the Worst Gacha Ever. The purpose of the Worst Gacha Ever series is not to solely criticize a game, nor is it to praise it unconditionally. Rather, this video series exists as a means with which to both critique and compliment various facets of a gacha game that I experienced over a set period of time, sometimes days, sometimes months. If you enjoy this series, make sure to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, because YouTube told me that if you don't, well, you'll probably end up with no SSR waifus or husbandos for Christmas. Oh, and make sure to check out the last episode in this series at the end of the video. Before we go ahead and jump into this video though, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of our incredible patrons over on Patreon. You guys are true SSR quality husbandos and waifus, and I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for the support. Also, if you guys are bored, come and follow both Mrs. Stix and I over on Twitter. Now, I had certain expectations when downloading and installing Memento Mori. When I read the description for the game, it labeled itself as an AFK RPG. So, an idle game where no direct input is necessary from you, but that would be doing this game a disservice. Not only was I almost always directly engaging with the game, but it was so much more difficult than any other idle RPG that I have played in the past. Memento Mori is your typical gacha RPG. There are chapters and missions. Chapters flow fluidly into one another, with each chapter being set within its own unique region. You unlock new regions by clearing previous regions of dark forces, being aided by your harem of waifus. There are a plethora of missions per chapter, but each mission is a singular battle. Battles themselves are out of your control. You simply choose your formation, your waifus, and then they engage enemies in their own way with their own priorities. While logged out of the game, it continues AFK farming the last stage that you completed, earning a surplus of rewards each day. These rewards scale with the stage that you're at and are integral to every aspect of the game. You'll find yourself hitting a severe wall if you're trying to push through the game too fast. I made it just shy of chapter 9 by the time that I decided that I should probably do this video, and I'm at a point where I cannot clear additional stages. I've spent the last couple days merely accumulating materials to continue to upgrade my heroes. Speaking of heroes, please do not make the same mistake that I did. You guys should know me by now. I see a hot waifu, I level her. I see a new hot SSR waifu, I add her as a permanent member of my team. But that's normally the wrong way to go about progressing, as you're going to be severely inhibiting yourself unless you spend money. My main team consists of a level 120 Amaleth, a level 120 Natasha, a level 120 Ilya, a level 100 Sabrina, and a level 100 Martillier. The reason Sabrina and Martillier are capped at 100 is because I need dupes to successfully awaken them. I got lucky with Amaleth and Natasha, so for 6 days I have kind of been unable to progress and beyond level 100, meaning that I'm losing out on potentially hundreds of thousands of combat power. Amaleth, as an example, has 649,000, Natasha has 543,000, Sabrina and Martillier, 300k. And even if I upgrade their gear, even if I enhance them with stronger augments or runes, they're going to be severely stunted in terms of power. When equipping new gear on Amaleth, she gained upwards of 70,000 combat power. That is a boost that is absolutely necessary to continue to clear the story. And admittedly, that was my mistake. I openly admit that. And that is a mistake that will likely take a while for me to recover from. Thankfully, the level link feature exists, which does allow for you to sync the levels of your waifus to the level of the lowest character in your group. Honestly, I've had pretty good luck when it comes to obtaining SSR characters though. I've spent probably $40 over the last couple weeks playing the game, and have thus far acquired more than half of the total number of characters available, including SSR waifus. Speaking of the waifus, the studio behind this game have crafted a very deep narrative amplified by the depth of personality present in its characters and the actresses that voice them. Not only is the entire game fully voice acted, but every single waifu has their own unique voice actor, including chapters worth of backstory, which is also fully voice acted. Here's an example.
The world has been destroyed. A country incinerated by hellfire. A kingdom consumed by crystals. An empire purged by the Tree of Life. These calamities, known as curses, appeared without warning and laid waste to every single nation. But I refuse to let that stop me. Because above all else, as the one entrusted with the staff by Her Holiness, I don't want to lose anyone important to me ever again. With my heart filled with determination, I took my first step into the ravaged world. To search this vast land for the one and only successor.
Additionally, every character has their own unique soundtrack. I've never seen this done before, and honestly, while I have absolutely no idea why they would want to waste time and money writing, recording, and editing music for as many waifus as there are in this game, I couldn't help but become enthralled by it all. I enjoyed some of them so much that I went and found them on YouTube and played them while working. Seriously, love or hate this game, there is no contesting the fact that this game has an absolutely masterfully directed soundtrack. Typically, I don't really feel any motivation to become emotionally invested in the characters that we find in our gacha games. They're so often poorly written, one-dimensional, lacking real depth or direction. It's refreshing to see that there are some games, Nikke, Path to Nowhere, and Memento Mori, fighting against that stereotype. Graphically, Memento Mori is an absolutely stunning masterpiece. Playing the game, watching the battles take place, exploring the world, every piece of this game feels like you're watching a painting in real time. There's just no other way to explain this. The vibrant watercolored aesthetic, the simple yet adorable models, everything about this game graphically is so masterfully done that it is incomparable to any other gacha that I have played. Although I've really only played roughly 50 gacha games in total, so there are bound to be other games that do utilize a similar graphical style, but I bet it doesn't look and feel as high quality as this does. Unless it does, in which case, damn, it must be an impressive sight to behold. What I like about Memento Mori is that I can play it for 5 minutes a day and not really fall behind. I can log in, I can run some quick battles, I can loot all of my rewards, I can run the trials available, and I can send my waifus out on missions, all of which take a couple minutes. Or I can spend an hour slowly altering every aspect of my characters, trying to figure out how to earn a few more kindling orbs in an active effort to get my character that level boost that I so desperately need. Maybe the upgrade water to upgrade my gear another time. Trying to fulfill missions so I can earn that little bit more premium currency, allowing me to pull for more waifus. There's just so much to do every day, and you're not penalized for not engaging in it. Memento Mori isn't just an AFK idle game. Yes, the combat is automatic and the game farms while you're not physically playing, but this is a feature that I think more RPGs should implement. Imagine if you could play a game for an hour a day, and instead of spending most of that time farming, a percentage of the materials were already farmed for you ahead of time by the AFK farmer. This would cut back on arduous, unnecessary playing and would allow for you to dedicate more time to doing what you enjoy. Like the Cave of Space-Time, a mode where you engage a series of enemies consecutively and gain boosts to characters, to classes, and attempt to clear before your characters all run out of HP. Or the Tower of Infinity, an endless sequence of battles that get progressively more difficult every encounter, but also have substantially better rewards the further you progress. Or the Battle League, where you can show off how much better your team is than other players. or you can come to realize that whales are just going to severely outclass you because their combat power is 100 million and yours is like 2 million. Yeah, I quickly learned that the hard way. Memento Mori is not your average idle RPG. It has some idle aspects to it, but feels just as interactive as normal RPGs, with a few quality of life improvements. There are countless things to engage with, and you're not inhibited if you're too busy to play much during the week. The game rewards and respects your time, something that is severely missing within this genre. A genre that is filled with unnecessary bloated systems and mechanics meant to keep you logged in for an egregious amount of time with no purpose. Everything about this game is absolutely gorgeous, sounds incredible. The devs truly outdid themselves when they crafted this. They did an unbelievably exceptional job. The game does get very difficult in Chapter 8 though. I had no real issues moving through chapters 1 through 8, but upon hitting Chapter 8, I almost lost every single fight. And it took a lot of upgrading and spamming repeat to really get as far as I did, which means that the game heavily gates later content behind either a play wall, requiring you wait weeks to get the materials to upgrade your character, or a paywall, requiring you spend hundreds of dollars to upgrade your harem, something that most of us just do not possess. That is arguably the main negative that I have about this game. I don't think I should be stuck, unable to play the game for weeks at a time, or being required to spend money to continue to progress through the available chapters. A day, maybe a couple days, that's fine, I can get behind that, but this was kind of horrible. And admittedly, is going to leave me logging in for a couple minutes each day to acquire the rewards for logging in, but not really playing beyond that, which admittedly they do promote and is also a feature that I simultaneously enjoy about the game. Memento Mori is almost a masterpiece in terms of a game. There are few games that I have had more fun in this year, and I was genuinely shocked to find this type of game in, well, something that was labeled as an idle AFK RPG, which is why you do not judge a book by its cover. Now, if you're looking for the previous episode in the Worst Gacha Ever series, you can find that via this video right here, or if you're looking for a list of what I believe the best gacha games are in 2022, then this video right here is what you're after.